picture here in a minute. This is Farmscene from the Manitoba Department of Agriculture, and right behind me in this opening shot is what I would call one of the most modern agricultural machines on the scene today. Of course, it's an agricultural aircraft, and they tell me that we have 30 or 40 of these machines in the province of Manitoba right now. Well, we're going to be taking a closer look at these machines and the men that fly them too later on in the program today, so stay with us to find out about aviation and agriculture.
The present organization as it is today has been in existence for going on 5 years now. There was an organization many years ago before my time, before I even got involved in aerial spraying, and it sort of died a slow death for some reason or other, and then it was revitalized here about 4 years ago.
What are the aims, would you say, the major aims of the Aerial Applicators Association?
Well, I think the major aims were to have an organization to be able to have a voice in government, for instance, in regulations that we could see were coming, and the Department of Agriculture started to work together with us and highly recommended that we form an organization so as we could work together, and as an association we could have an input into any new regulations and things that were coming up.
As a relatively new organization, do you feel you've accomplished some of the aims since it was set up?
Yes, I believe we have. One of the things, of course, that came up here about a year ago, or a little better than a year ago, was the sales tax on agriculture aircraft, and we felt that the aircraft were designed in such a manner that they were used only as an agriculture implement. They were really not. They were an airplane, and yet it was a piece of farm machinery with wings. So we did hire a lawyer, and we went. Made representation to the government, and we did win the case before it even went to court.
Well, there's a real accomplishment. It means a lot of dollars to cents, I'm sure, with a machine like this one. Now, what about the membership? About what size membership do you have? That's the first part of the question. And secondly, do you have pretty well all the commercial applicators belonging to the association?
I don't have the exact present count, but it would be somewhere between 40 and 50 is our membership at the present time. And pretty well all the applicators have at least been a member. Maybe they're not paid up right now, but pretty well all of them have been a member, and it's just and they are not all commercial operators. There are quite a few that are flying under the still flying under the flying farmer exemption.
I see.
So they are not all.
But they do belong to your organization.
Yes, they do, and this is one of the things that the association has really been pushing, is to try and get them to become members, because we feel the stronger the organization, the more we can accomplish.
Do you have any particular problems facing the association these years that you haven't already answered?
I think the biggest problem probably came up here about a year ago, when there was quite a few new operators getting into the business, and and we had a lot of problems with drift damage. And in fact, it was just about to the point that we were going to be shut down because of it. And then working together with the department and ourselves as the association, we've come up with some guidelines, and we worked on this together with the department, and we feel that we've accomplished a lot by working together instead of fighting each other. And the members, were encouraging them to become members, to become involved and get educated on this very problem, the drift problem.
I'm sure in this business, above all businesses that you'd like to see as president or as an individual operator, everybody in the business a real professional.
Yes, it's got to that point. The old image that the old crop duster with the J3s and Super Cubs is a thing of the past, and I've attended quite a few of the National Association conventions in Las Vegas, and this is one of the things they stress very highly, that we want to leave an image to show that we are a group of professionals, not just some fly-by-night daredevil pilots.
Okay, on that score, how do you feel the reputation is for the spray applicators in Manitoba?
I think it's probably improving with the type of aircraft we're flying now, and with the highly technical chemicals and everything else. The whole thing, it's got to the point where people have to be educated, know what they're doing, and that means if you're going to do that, you do have to be considered a professional in your field, and this is what the association is very much is pushing that, and also the National Association. It's one of the things that they're working at.
Ben, when you said, I believe you had around 40 members, do you have any estimate of the kind of acreage on the average that they might cover in a year?
I would say that probably an average overall might be somewhere around the 20,000 acres per operator or per aircraft. In the last couple of years, we ourselves have averaged a little higher than that, but then there's some that are lower, and there might be some even higher than we are. So I would think that 20,000 would be a pretty good round figure.